My name is Afi Tagneji, and this is my backpack defense. I am on track to graduate. I have 20.5 credits, and I only need 0.5 of a senior English class, and I'm currently enrolled in a senior English class. I have met all my benchmarks, and I've completed 3 years of my pathway, which is NJROTC. I've applied and been accepted to University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, and Georgetown College, among others, and I'm currently applying and waiting results from Bloomington, Indiana, Centre College, and University of Chicago, and University of Washington. I intend to major in biochemistry and international studies and minor with political science, economics, business, or philosophy. Now, for emerging innovator, up on the left corner here, it's an AP Stats project on data collection. It is about affordable healthcare, a call to action after collecting data. And this right here is a survey I did for my computer science class. It's based on how much sleep students get and why they get that much sleep. Over here is a code I wrote for a computer project also. It's about a game and it's interactive. Right down here is it's a talk or a speech written for brain mapping. So it's basically how brain mapping works and the new technologies that are being developed and how it's being used. Right down the middle here is artificial intelligence, and it's like how artificial intelligence is affecting our lives today. It was basically a research proposal about how that's going to affect jobs and like school work and stuff like that in the future. Okay, so this down here with the students is a project I did with my partner, and that's Delina. And it's basically a project of student of Iroquois that I did in my Introduction to Media Arts class. This is an agenda which we usually write monthly for the National Honor Society here at Iroquois High School. As president, I have to collaborate with all the other officers and write agendas for every meeting that we have. Up here is a poem I wrote for international performance at CUNA. It was a poem that I wrote about Vietnam because that was the country we were working on, and I had a student accompany me playing with the viola, so we had to work together so many times to perfect the poem and the music. Down here is also an event at CUNA. We're sitting with the Secretary General that year, and we're basically talking about how it has impacted us and the things that are going on in CUNA itself. Right here is a project I did with middle schoolers. It's basically about immigration, and as being an immigrant myself, I was interviewed, and it's 100 questions or 50. That's a big difference, but it's a questionnaire of the immigrant life, how I got here, and how I've been reacting, the things going on around me ever since then. Okay, for globally and culturally competent citizen, this is an English project about the life of Shakespeare and how he's so ingrained in literature, but no one knows much about his actual life. This is a project I did on World War II and how the chemical weapons used then are still affecting our days now. I did this project in my naval science class, which is NJROTC, and it was basically we were studying weapons and types of weapons and stuff. And here is the project I did in a push U.S. history class. It was basically run for office, you become president, pick your cabinet, your slogan, your campaign, your policies, and you'll be presented with an international crisis and you have to solve them. So this is part of that thing. That's my logo right there. And down right here is international celebration. It's a celebration to it's just a celebration of the cultures and diversity of Iroquois High School, and that's me right there making our usher quite presentable by sticking little flags in his hair. So, and this one is it was basically the midterm general elections, and I voted, so that's pretty citizenship-ish thing. And effective communicator. So up here is a research proposal about the lack of transparency in healthcare. It was basically you would pick a topic in the field you want to go into, and I do want to become a travel doctor, and the cost of healthcare is something I've been like passionate about for a long time. So when the opportunity presented itself, I presented my research of many weeks to a group of pseudo investors, and they had to like fund the proposal, so I had to give speeches and make presentations and stuff like that. So over here in the middle is me being interviewed by local news channels after our Iroquois town hall, which was basically a talk that we had with students of Iroquois and our local representatives about topics like the DACA, equity in schools, and like funding for higher education, and what the local level can do about stuff like that. And over here is me giving a talk about meaningful and purposeful student action, like how you can turn your passion into like work, and you can see tangible results even as a student. Down here it's a student I delivered for, it's a speech I delivered for the Government Scholars in Bellarmine University. It was basically for like aspiring scholars and people who want to apply into the program. And over here is a program with, it's called #Meaningful Not Minimal KY diploma. It's about the meaningful experiences we've had in high school and how our diplomas are not just like numbers on a piece of paper or like a sheet of paper that shows we passed all our classes or something like that. And it's with the student voice team, so you have to like write and like speak to people and stuff like that. So okay, prepared and resilient. This is my high school resume, which a lot of colleges required for like their applications. It's basically all the things I've done in high school, and like all the awards I've earned, and like some other like clubs and activities that I'm a member of. This is me being a graduate of the Government Scholars Academy. It was a 5 weeks program, and it was pretty amazing. And up here is my application to the University of Kentucky's Arnold College. They offer higher level courses and bigger opportunities to students, so I thought that would be a pretty proper or accurate way to like transition from AP classes into college. And up here is my acceptance letter from Bellarmine University, and down here is my certificates of recognition from the JCPS board on a project I did on student assignments, and I presented to the board during like their meeting, and how it affects student performance and equity in schools. And that's it. Thank you.